some of that soda. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah for the brothers, Yahweh Shemal, Lathaba Hashem Yahushua for the sisters. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class for Captain Gaddaha. I'm stepping in. I'm Officer Shadow Rock 1000. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under the Commanding General YAHANNA. Tonight we're going to go over and we're going to capitalize on our oppressor's wickedness. What is the wickedness of our oppressor? What's the length and depth of his wickedness? We'll never know, actually, but we know we have a pretty good idea what it is. All right. So I'm gonna start off. Let me get Isaiah 14 and 21. No, Salaki, let me get Obadiah 1 and verse 10. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. We're gonna go through what our oppressor is doing, what is going on with his behavior, all of what he does. You know, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you need to listen up because you are the true children of Israel. You're the true children of God. Understand? The Most High picked Jacob, and when he picked Jacob, that included you as a so-called African American, as a so-called Hispanic, and a so-called Native Indian. That chose you and you only. Understand that the Lord picked who he picked. You know, we might want to grab that scripture where the Lord said, I will choose what I will choose. You know, something like that. I'm paraphrasing. You got it? Read.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. So we got that word violence. All right. You know, they're always talking about how Black on Black crime is so crazy. You know, we do this to each other. We jump people and all that. And, you know, some of that does have its validity. Yeah, we do jump people. We have violence in our nation. But that doesn't leave out all the other nations do the same damn thing. And our oppressor, especially, he been up in the headlines. Who's that? Charlie Kirk? Is that his name? Yeah. Charlie Kirk. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Not a Black man in sight. Not a Black man in sight or present at that situation. And then our oppressor unalive his own kind, his own race. Well, isn't that our oppressor on oppressor crime? YT on YT crime? Ain't that what it is? All right. Now check that out. That's them and them. We ain't had nothing to do with it. Yet they're going to close the HBCUs, the historically Black, the historically Black colleges. They're going to close them. All right. Okay. And they're going, you can't go there. All right. I mean, you feel threatened because they're sending threats to us. You kill your own and you unalive your own and you're going to send threats to us. I don't think we're going to take that too lightly because, you got these young folks waking up these days. They ain't going back for the old Kunta Kinte slavery no more. Right. Ain't nobody going for that no more. Every being of what we stand for in the I.S.U.P.K, we ain't going for it. We ain't going to unalive nobody that try to unalive us. It's called self-defense. Only with this school, because we don't have no bodies. We don't unalive nobody like the Ku Klux Klan. You know what I mean? Ask the Ku Klux. You go with Charlie Kirk's situation. Go ask the Ku Klux Klan how many bodies that they unalived. How many bodies do they got on their count? And then you go ask General YAHANNA how many he got. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll answer for him. 0.
That's right.
Continue. You got more on that?
Yes.
Read.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Look at that. For the violence, that word violence is in the Bible too. Shame shall cover thee. All right.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
For how many?
Forever.
No, tomorrow. How many?
Forever.
Forever. Forever. You'll be cut off. Our oppressor don't got no business ruling us. No business whatsoever. That's why in this school, we do not vote. We don't vote. Anybody in here voted? Did anybody vote? Y'all better not have voted. Understand? We don't vote because what's the reason why we don't vote?
Oppressor's the devil that the Bible speaks.
Okay. I'll give you a clap for that one. Our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. What else? Remark, you know, why don't we vote?
We wouldn't want heathen nations ruling over us.
God, that's close to it, y'all. Y'all real close to it too as well. He's the nation that rules over us. In other words, he wants to be our king. That's why they had the no king protest. And that no king protest because America don't want no king over it. And here, if you guys children, if you are from the selected 12 tribes of Israel, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian only, your king is Christ, YAHANNA.
That's right.
That's your king. Understand? It ain't about no voting. I don't got to register for no voting. None of that. I don't want no Democrat, no Republican over me. That's what they stand for. We ain't standing for that. We stand for Christ. We stand for the Most High God, Yahweh. That's why we don't vote. You know what I mean? That's what it is. All right. We got brothers online. All right. Yahweh Shem Yeshua Brakatah, Brother Brooks. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yeshua Brakatah, Kevin Kendrick. If I pronounce it wrong, forgive me. Yahweh Shema Elathaba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Sister Asa. All right. And Christ is our king. Brooks, you got it right. That's exactly right. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua Brakatah, Brother Shalat. What'd you say, brother? That's right, exactly. Both of y'all are right, brother Shalat. You right, because we have a king, Yahweh Shai. Y'all both got that correct. Christ is our king. You know what I mean, we wait for Christ to come down here and rule with us with the million black angels. We got to go to war first. We got to go to war first. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
Would it be 1 John chapter 2, verse 15?
Read it. Give him the mic.
Love not the world.
Ho. Wait up for the mic. Give him the mic. See if the mic go through. Hey, if you're online, if y'all can hear these brothers when they get the mic and they reply, can y'all put a 1 in the chat? Go ahead.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Speak it to the mic, Shalat.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
All right. I could take that. I could take that. Love not the world. Okay, Shalat, appreciate it. Thawada, they can hear you, so the mic is working. That's right. Love not the world. Because if you love the world, the love of God is not in you. Damn them Jordans. Damn all of that everything that's going on with Justin, who the latest stars you got going on around here with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Damn that. Taylor Swift. Damn all of that. Damn what they doing. That don't make no hill of beans because my brother's getting killed over here on the boulevard. He getting unalived on the boulevard. I'll be damned about this world stuff, man. This world is not accepted by Christ. This world is not accepted by the Most High God. Understand, it's not accepted by the I.S.U.P.K. We accept what Christ had what he had, the denarius. They asked him, what should we do with Caesar's denarius? Christ said, hold that coin up. You know, I'm holding the cell phone up like it's the denarius. And Christ said, give to Caesar what is Caesar's. And give me what's mine. That's like a black man. Give me mine. Give him what he got. Give me mine. I want mine. You got yours. I want mine. Now, I mean, straight out. So we have to understand, man, link it with this world, man, link it with these events, man. That is going to keep us further away from the kingdom, and we might get burnt up with our oppressors because this America is about to burn. America is cooked. It's cooked now. It's about to burn. You know, you cook something and it's all the way done. I cooked the bird last night, a chicken last night. All right. It was all the way done. But imagine if I take that chicken that's all the way done and throw it back in the oven and burn it. That's where America's going. It's going to get thrown back into the oven. And the Bible says what? The lake of fire. The lake of fire. They can't hear it? Okay. Don't worry. Y'all just got to speak up. That's all. Because we ain't got it hooked up. We ain't got time to go back. All right. So you hitting with the lake of fire. Any more on that, Art? All right, that's it. Let me get Romans 9 and 13. Let me get the book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. Understand, man, we living through some perilous times right now. These times may not seem like it's not perilous because everything's still going on, but it's about to get even worse, man. You know, I was looking on the news. They said that NATO got attacked or something. The NATO allies got attacked. You know, there was some type of missile that came and they dumped it on NATO's allies, on America's allies, which is NATO. Okay. And Russia pissed off at Trump. Okay. So now you got the heavyweights pissed off at each other. Now, understand, even more pissed off. You know what I mean? All right. Yahweh Shema, Elathaba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Sister Kapa, welcome. All right, so that's what's going on. You know, you got them beefing now real bad now. Understand? This ain't gonna hang on too much longer. It ain't gonna hang on too much longer. Not too much longer. You're gonna be at the gym working out, and then Christ gonna come back. You're gonna hear them missiles, them drones. You're gonna see people unalive before your face, your very eyes. And it might be you if you're not here in this school. If you're not in this school, it might be you. If you're not following God's law, statutes, and commandments, it just might be you. Understand that, man. And we give a damn about Israel, man. Stay in this school. Understand, learn. Learn as much as you can. Buy the books. I just bought me another book today. I was expecting it before I left to get over here. Bought me another book because I realized I got the pedophile. You know, I mean, that's a lot. The PDF. I'm thinking about pedophile, but that's the oppressor. That's what I was thinking about. But you got the PDF. I had the PDF copies of the book, but I went on ahead and just went and bought the book. Forget it. Because I noticed going through my studies, because you're supposed to be studying, man. Christ wants you to be working. When he come back, you better be working. You better be studying. You better be a brother to your brother. You better be attending Passover. You better be attending camp. You better be doing what in the hell you're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Don't be no slouch. Don't be no slouch. Don't be no damn potato couch. What, a couch potato? Don't do none of that, man. Christ wants you working when he come back. He got that sword, man. When a brother go to war, is he smiling and laughing at anybody? Is it funny? Is it funny to unalive a son of a gun? Was it funny when you out there boxing in the street? Was it funny? Hell no. You got damn. You got for yours and defended yourself. Understand? Christ wants us in that mind. We got to be in war mode. You understand? War mode. They coming, our oppressor is joining and getting himself to doing all them sneaky things that he do while you sitting around beefing with your own brother. And then you got these gangs out here so-called joining each other, but their heart ain't really in it. They still want to unalive each other. We ain't going to have that. You know, I was just looking, they had the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party, he went up against the officers out there in Philly. You know, he sounded good, but he gonna be in danger when he realized how unorganized he is and how brutal he is, and that the Lord ain't on his side. The Lord is on our side. Understand? In here, when the Most High is for you, who's gonna be against you?
Right.
That's my question. If the Most High is with you, who's gonna be against you? Who's gonna prevail against the Most High God, Yahweh? Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Who's gonna prevail against that? We need to come together, man. We got to stop all this nonsense. It ain't about red and blue. It ain't about norteños and sureños or whatever. It ain't about that. All right. It's about unity. Give me Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
So you still want to Romans 9:13?
Oh, 9:13. Read that. If you got it, go ahead.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
All right. So our oppressor pushes the church. Our oppressor pushes the church down your throat. Religion down your throat. I love God. I love God. He this and he that. All right. And I do this. I do that. Understand this, man. He's not Jacob. He is not Jacob, first of all. And the Lord said, what? Read that again.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Our oppressor's roots go straight to Esau.
Right.
Esau is his father. Understand that, man. You know, this ain't no joke. That's who he is. That's who he's always been. So he said, the Most High God said, Jacob have I loved. He loved Jacob because Jacob respected, preserved, and kept and favored the birthright. And he sought after the birthright, diligently sought after it. Jacob and his mom knew what time it was. Who was that, Rebecca? Rebecca knew what time it was. See, a mother knows her sons. A mother know that if I get this to this knucklehead right here, he ain't gonna do nothing but throw it away, smash it up, break it, and leave it there and not use it. But if I give it to him, he's gonna value this. This is his life. This is what he lived for. A mama knows that. That she know the characteristics of her kids. All right. So the Lord said, Jacob have I loved. Because the Most High is a father. Understand that? He's a father. When a father tells his son to do something, he better do it, right? He better do it. He might get hands put on him if he don't. He better have that fear. Put that fear in your son. Your fear to protect him. He fear you, so he'll do what you say, because he know if he go and stray off the side of the road, something gonna happen to him. And he know that you gonna put hands on him first. All right. So the Lord said, Jacob have I loved. Jacob was the one that valued what is of the Most High. What a Hebrew Israelite is supposed to be, what he's supposed to do, what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to love that birthright, take that birthright and keep it here and separate everything else that's not of that birthright so that this stays holy. What is the definition of holy?
Set apart.
Damn right. That's right. I gave you the answer, but still, you already know. To be holy is to separate. And the Most High knew that Jacob was holy because he separated himself from Esau.
Right.
He separated that. You understand? He separated Esau from the birthright. Right? He separated him from the birthright.
Right.
All right? Because he didn't give it there. He said, here, take this suit. Go ahead. If that's what you want. Take the damn suit. Give me that birthright. Take the suit. You can have the suit. Understand? Our oppressor's a wicked bastard. And ever since then, things been going backwards for him. He went and got with the Hittite women, the Hivite women. All right. He got with all of these heathen women, and it caused his mother, Isaac, is Isaac and Rebecca, right? It caused Isaac and Rebecca dismay. They was like, damn, what did my son do? What the hell did my son do? He married that old heathen woman over there, that Hivite, that Hittite. The daughter was named Ada, something like that. You know what I mean? Cause Shalat, he married some thoughts. Get Shalat a hand. He married some thoughts. That's what he did. That's how he felt about it. Know what I mean? Was he following direction? Anybody? Right. Because the custom was that you marry your kid. You marry who is from your tribe.
Precept. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
There it is. Get that brother a hand. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the Most High is talking about. That's what I'm trying to bring this class to understand. The Most High had rules. Hebrew Israelites have rules. We have rules in this school, don't we? Do we not? We have rules in this school. We have to adhere to these rules at the cost of your life. At the cost of your life, you follow the rules. The rules here was what? Read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. When you get married, that's taking on a rib, right? Taking on a female. All right. It says, neither shall you take marriages with them. We're not supposed to marry no white woman, no Chinese woman, no Arabic woman, no African woman, no Japanese woman, no East Indian woman, no Hawaiian woman. We're not supposed to marry them women. Women from the Middle East, no, we're not supposed to marry them.
That's right.
Understand? We're supposed to marry the so-called Black, Hispanic, and so-called Native Indian only sisters. That's who become our wives if we're to follow God. You know, what does America push? Interracial marriage.
Right.
See how our oppressor is the diametrically opposite from the will of God. Diametrically contrast to God. Esau went straight to the Hittite, straight to him. You understand? Because he has the spirit of Cain. Cain and Abel. What did Cain do to Abel? Anybody know?
Kill him.
Unalived.
Unalive.
Cain unalived Abel. And that spirit is the same spirit that Esau has. Cain wasn't no white man. He was not a white man. But his spirit is what the white man took. And that's called murder. Give me John chapter 8, verse 44. Go ahead.
Piggyback on interracial marriage, it's crazy like how it's like, even though they push the interracial marriage, they mainly push the like white men being with our sisters. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like to see like show a sign like how they can dominate our sisters better than us. Like, you know, they're a better man than what we could be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Our sisters so damn dumb. You know what I mean? They believe, you know, that every other man is better than a black man, you know, or a Hispanic man.
See, and that's the main focal point of when someone says interracial marriage. They don't say Arabic and Chinese. They don't say Japanese and African. They don't say East Indian and white. They say black and white. Interracial marriage, black and white. They concentrate on that. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't an issue, they'd be using all the other examples of interracial marriages, more than one nation on this planet. You know what I mean? More than one. All right. And see, and that's what's going on. All right. So we need to concentrate on being with our sisters, man. We need to concentrate on following these laws, statutes, and commandments. See, and that's why the laws are so heavy. That's why they're so important. You know, that's why they're outstanding and excel anything, any type of wisdom on the planet. You understand? Does anybody know that precept? I'm trying to remember that precept where it says it'll be thy wisdom. The laws will be thy wisdom in the sight of the nations. Look, do you understand? That's why it excels. Our laws excel all of that. We ought to be separate from these unclean nations, man. These unclean heathens, man. They like to eat raw meat. Raw meat. Who eats raw meat? What eats raw meat on this planet?
Animals.
There it is. Get that brother hand. You read my mind. That's right. Animals. Grizzly bears eat the fish straight out the river. Tigers eat the gazelles, the elks, you know. Lions eat the hyenas sometimes, but they really eat the giraffes. They eat anything that got blood in it, just like our oppressor does. There was this thing, a film by Stephen King. It was The End of the World. This guy found out that he was the only survivor for, you know, and then this female found out she was the only survivor. They was in New York in Times Square at some type of restaurant that was all shut down, but the food was still in there because, you know, they had this virus going on. It was a good movie. It's called The Stand, you know, and he was cooking that oppressor, that YT woman some steak. He said, "How you like your steak?" She said, just throw it over the flame real quick and bring it out. Just run it through the flame one good time and bring it out. Just like that. That's how they like it. Fresh blood. And, you know, if y'all, none of y'all find that other scripture where it says, blood shall seek thee. What is it? Blood shall seek thee as thou hast not hated blood. Right. Blood shall pursue. You know which one it is, but read what you got right there.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
I have what?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
No, I want you to celebrate Halloween. What?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
No, I want you to go ahead and eat that shrimp. It's good.
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Get that thing for the crab legs, y'all. Pork chops on the line. I have what?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
I have taught you statutes and judgments. See, that's why the man is the head of the family, man. You know why? Because we keep laws. We keep discipline and strength. That's what the Most High want us to be, man. Real men. Damn it. Not what you see out here with this LGBTQ junk. Not out here where a brother can't go hand in hand. We go hand in hand. Understand? And we follow these laws and we teach our ribs to do it so that they can teach the children to do it, so that we'll have some discipline and some order. Right. And give me the other one where it say it should be done decently and in order. And read what you got. You got the next one, read.
I got that. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
That's right. I'll prepare thee unto blood. For the Lord said that, didn't he? And blood shall pursue thee. What does that mean, y'all? What does that mean? Blood shall pursue thee. Go ahead.
Death is going to pursue him.
But a little bit before the death.
War
will pursue thee. Death, really any type of unaliving. Whether you get stabbed, shot, hit with a brick, bludgeoned to death, understand? All of that. Choked, drowned, anything. Get maimed, get shook so hard, your heart stops. Blood, but the Lord specifically said, blood shall pursue thee. So that's a real violent death. That's a real violent unaliving. When blood shall pursue thee, since thou had not hated blood, you eat raw meat. You're an animal. Our oppressor is an animal. I don't know about y'all, but I like mine medium well to well done.
Right.
That's how I always eat. When I'm in a restaurant, high class, I'm in a high class restaurant, I want mine like that. I went to the best steakhouse in New York. My mom told us to go there. I went over there in my later years when I became a man, when we were kids. Gallagher's. That's right. I went to Gallagher's Steakhouse in New York. It was the best damn steakhouse in Manhattan. Medium well. How you like your steak? You know what I mean? Medium well with the what they call it, with the mashed potatoes and the big old string beans this long. But that's how the white man do it. He do himself real classy. And you know, when I got there, they were so prejudiced. They told my little brother, they told my youngest brother, I called him on the phone because they had got there before me. I said, what's going on, Eric? How's it going? He was like, man, they tripping up in here, man. I was like, really? I got down there, and guess what? My sister wanted, and I wanted one too. We wanted a sweatshirt. I wanted the sweatshirt, Gallagher's sweatshirt, because it meant that, because my father told me to go there. And he ain't here no more. You know what I mean? And you know that devil said, no, we can't do that. And there was one Guinea boy. We called them Guinea boys in New York. Guinea boys is the Italian. The Guinea boy in the corner was looking at me. And you know, they want to be cool. They want to be us so bad. he was all cool, and I knew it. My New York instinct, I ain't been back in New York in a minute at that time, back in the early 2000s. But my New York came back in me, and I went like that. He went like that. I said, he walked up and he said, what's going on over here? You know, that's the major D. He's well, we can't give it. It's past hours. We can't sell them those sweatshirts. He said, give them what they want. Give them what they want. Don't trip. See, that's how the Most High be with you when your spirit. It's in your spirit when it comes on like that. He got me and my sister the sweatshirt. But in the beginning, that white man wanted to, that oppressor wanted to make sure we don't get jack. And his spirit is still the same today.
That's right.
It's still the same. We ain't moved nowhere. We ain't gained nothing. What was the lie? What was the lie? The lie was they said that we have made we made leaps and bounds with racism. There's hardly no more racism in America. I'm like, is my fly open or something? Wait, let me check my fly. Because I know you lying. You know what I mean? You lying, man. And it proves time and time again. And somebody get me the perpetual hatred. Get me the perpetual hatred. And somebody get the Webster's dictionary for the word perpetual. What does that mean? You know what I mean? What you hold? Anybody holding something? Go ahead, read.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
You are of your father the devil. You are of your father the devil. You know what I mean? That's what time it is. All right. So we already know who the devil is. I.S.U.P.K been saying this for the longest. For longer than any other Hebrew Israelite group, school, or whatever camp, whatever you want to call yourself. Understand? We said it first here since 1969. We said it. You know what I mean? I was just into it because somebody mistook me for one of the purple faggots. Salaki, ooh, did I supposed to say that on? They misunderstood me for IUIC. And I said, wait a minute. They said they called me a cult, and I hadn't heard that in a little long time now, right? I said, wait a minute, we got t-shirts that we put out called Cult Leader. You want to call me one? I'm gonna go get my t-shirt and put it on for you. Let you see it real good. A cult unalives people. Understand that. What happened with the Jim Jones incident? Remember?
Oh, God.
What did Jim Jones do? Make them drink the Kool-Aid and killed over 500 people, right? Somewhere around there. Killed them in Guyana, right? In Guyana. Took them to the Caribbean or South America. And it's supposed to be some type of church. And told them to drink the Kool-Aid. Where was it? No. I remember because it's during my time. It was Guyana, something like Guyana, where he unalived them. You know, had them drink that. That's a cult. You understand? I was in a cult, and I can say this now. I was in the Worldwide Church of God. That's the church I was raised in. It was supposed to be Christian. That was a cult, come to find out, because it's in the book called Satan's Angels Exposed. It tripped me out, and I just found that out 60 years later. I was in a damn cult. All right? They called it Armstrongism or some junk like that. Whatever. Because I found out we were tight when we was in Brooklyn. I felt real like love, my family, my mother and father in it, and this and that. But when I came out here where the headquarters used to be in Pasadena, them white folks looked at me like I had a tail. They looked at me like I had a tail. You understand? That's that racism. That's that cultism. And they all clicked into their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? It may not have been out and out like Guyana, like Jim Jones did. All right. But it was similar. So when they said that to me, I laughed. I was like, damn. And then you mixing me up wearing purple. You don't see no purple on me. You ain't never seen no purple. I don't even wear purple in public. Even in private. Or private. I don't wear purple anyway. I just don't like the color anyway. Some told me about that. Some told me. All right. So understand that, man. Understand. that we have to get to these laws, seek these laws. We have to know what's good and what's bad. We have to be as wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. We wise as a serpent because we don't unalive people like your Ku Klux Klan. We don't unalive you like that. We don't tell brothers like the Black Panthers go out and probably, shoot up and do this and shoot people and fight, our oppressor. Their spirit is right, but they're not organized. Understand? Then they're not under General YAHANNA. We might do that, but we're gonna be wise as a dove. All right, we're gonna be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Go ahead, read.
This is the book of This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
He shed the blood of who?
The children of Israel.
He shed the blood of who?
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel. He shed that blood. And didn't we in the last precept say that since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. I love that, boy. When I was at a camp, when I read that for a brother, when I was out there reading in camp, when I read that sizzles in my spirit. That sizzle, like Captain Zara said, that sizzled in my spirit, like, yeah. But it was a good sizzle. It was a welcome sizzle because it got the heat of the spirit of the Most High. You understand? We at war, man. We are at war. You better understand it. You better gird up your loins if you're a man. Gird up your loins. That's understand? Right. Keep yourself on watch. Get to that gym. Work out.
Right.
It ain't time for you to be soft and smooth. That's what them IUIC folks do. That's what them dudes do in the Christian church. They wear them suits. How you gonna be strong in a pimp suit? Soon as you swing, you're gonna slip because you're wearing them gaiters. You swing, you're gonna slip. And he's just gonna tap you, you're gonna fall on your butt. You gotta be ready and prepared for war. You better put your boots on.
That's right.
And join these classes and get in these scriptures and let your spirit flow through there. Let your spirit flow through an everlasting strength to the most magnificent power in the universe, the Most High God, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's right.
How about that spirit? Who gonna beat that? That's stronger than lightning. That's stronger than lightning. You understand? What you got?
The end of the scripture, sir. Thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
By the what?
By the force of the sword.
No, he just want to play patty cake with you. What?
By the force of the sword.
No, he just want to sit there and give you a big hug.
By the force of the sword.
No, God loves everybody. By the force of the sword.
If I may too, sir, I just heard recently that since they cutting off the food stamps, the little government assistance.
Oh yeah.
That they trying to put National Guards out there in LA, and I was thinking like, they already know that blacks and Hispanics probably gonna riot and loot and do things like that. So that's just gonna get them the okay to unalive us out there in the streets. We out there trying to find some food or something to feed our family.
Correct. Because that's what you're gonna do to survive.
Right.
You're gonna have that inkling. You already been preying on your brother anyway, because you don't have no guidance and knowledge. You're not in this school. You don't have no morals. You're looking at his wife like you want to tap her. You understand? So why not unalive him and get his food? That's what you're not supposed to do. That's what the Lord forbids you to do. You're supposed to take care of your brother, man. Just like Esau. When Esau had that birthright, remember, he was hunting in the woods. He was tired as hell because that's what our oppressor always do. He love hunting. I'm gonna go out there hunting this, that, and that. And hunting is good for your food. But he hunts for sport.
Right.
He just kills it because it's out there. You can get a target and make a target out of wood, out of stones, out of anything but an animal. But he'd rather have an animal go out there and practice shooting on him as a sport. So when Esau was out there hunting that venison and all of that, he was tired as hell, tracking them animals, tracking them. You know, they move around all the time, so he got to track them all the time so he get all the position that was hit him with a bow and arrow or whatever he was using back then. He said, I'm at the point of death. Let me get some of that. He saw that red soup that Jacob was cooking, and Jacob did that on purpose. He was cooking that red soup so he get hungry. What was Esau supposed to do at that point? Now remember, in the scriptures, no, Esau was the oldest. The birthright was supposed to go to Esau. Y'all know that, right? He was supposed to, because Jacob was a younger brother. What was Esau supposed to do when he had the birthright? And he was out there in the woods, hunting, tired as hell, run down, ready to die, ain't got nothing to eat. What should he have done?
You saying to get some to eat, so I mean?
When it came to eating and the birthright, what was he supposed to do? Huh?
To eat, right? So I mean,
He was supposed to what?
you saying if he was starving, was he?
Yeah, he was starving.
He was supposed to.
He had the birthright. The only conditions was is if he get a birthright up so that he could get something to eat. What was he supposed to do?
Go to his brother.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what he was supposed to do. It's very simple. He was supposed to die. That's just very simple. You're supposed to die with this birthright right here on your chest. That's how you were supposed to do it. Because believe you me, if the Lord wanted him to live, he would have found a way to make sure he gets some food. See, the Most High is testing your loyalty. You supposed to die, nigga. Salaki. You supposed to die. That's it. You done. You got the birthright? Con. Well done. All right. Like that meat is supposed to be. Well done. That's right. He was supposed to die. Esau was supposed to die because it should have meant that much to him. See, we take everything so damn light. We think that we know what the Lord is thinking. We think that we know what the Lord is going to tell us to do. Everything but what we're supposed to do. And that's to follow it step by step, inch by inch, yard by yard, like you playing football. You're supposed to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments if it means your life. When you in camp, Ramak, what you supposed to do in camp? All right. Now, what happens if you get ready to get unalive? What you supposed to do? It's what you said in the first place. I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. Follow instructions. You understand? We get attacked. Y'all know we get attacked. Now, I've been in camp where we got attacked. We get attacked. We supposed to keep that law. There was a time Captain Mashak was threatened. They said, I'm gonna call it was a damn stud. I'm gonna call and bring some dudes over here to kill you. He said, okay, when you go get the gun, aim straight, nigga. Aim straight. Make sure you get me right here.
That's right.
Because if I die teaching this word, man, that's the most glorious thing I could do as a man.
That's right.
The most glorious thing, the greatest love is to give your life for your friend, your brother.
Right.
That's how important the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community is. We got to come back to the love for each other, man. We got to come back to it. If that ever happened, that'd be the most beautiful thing. Imagine how beautiful that would be. You see imagine how creative we are. We create so many, man, we created America. We turn that love inward to our nation. This time we give a fuck. So this time we give a damn about ourselves. This time we give a damn about ourselves. Damn that interracial marriage. Damn that wicked bastard over there. I'm going to take care of my brother. I know he got a record. I know he got a warrant. I know he ain't been the best husband or the best friend I had, but I give a damn about him. And I know he ain't innocent, but I give a damn about him first. The Most High loved Jacob first. He loved Abraham first. He loved Isaac first. Those are our forefathers, man. That's the greatest commandment. That's the greatest commandment. Give your keys up. Get that up for your brother, man. Y'all got to get the depth of that. Get the depth, the idea that Bible is not lying to you. Because it's not my word, it's the Lord's words.
That's right.
That's who made that commandment. That's who wrote the commandment. That's the one Moses carried up when he was in Egypt, saving the children of Israel. And we still complain. And we still complain. What the hell are you doing tearing your brother down? Okay, what's the origin of the Ku Klux Klan? I just learned this too. You know that Ku Klux, that's Greek. That's a Greek word. They say Ku Klux. That's how they speak in Greece. That's a Greek word. They started in Tennessee. It used to be the Confederate soldiers. These were the Confederate soldiers. Understand? They were just supposed to be drinking and, hanging out and doing all this, but they ended up being so wicked, so jealous, so bloodthirsty. They started harassing the freed slaves. When they harassed the freed slaves, it turned into lynching. And not only did they not stop at lynching, they started at shooting. I mean, they added shooting. They put 1,000 bullets in this poor brother's body while he was being lynched. They took a crowbar and they put it in a big fire until it was red hot, white hot. White hot is hotter than red hot, by the way, if you know your science and chemistry like I do. Not like I do, but what I've learned. When it's white hot, that's the hottest it could be. They waited till they got it like that and took it and stuck it inside our forefathers. One of our forefathers who was lynched, who was being lynched. He was so scared he grabbed it. And you could smell the burnt flesh. And you tell me to love him? You out of your rabbit mind? He grabbed it and it pulled the flesh off his hands. You understand? They put 1,000 bullets in there, brother. Go ahead. Ramon, let him up. He pulled that thing and it pulled the flesh off of him. He could not withstand that. See, they don't tell you these stories. They don't bring it up. And then you got President Trump talking about it's too much information and it's too much information about slavery in the Smithsonian Institute. We got to take some of that away. You understand? We got to take some of that off. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Why do we have to take away our history when it really happened? See, they don't want to feel guilty. They can never feel guilty. Our president can never feel guilty for what he did. You understand? He could never say, I was wrong in a deep way, in the way that we would say it. We would say it, but our oppressor won't. Why did that's slavery? That happened a long time ago. I don't have any slaves. Yeah, but you at Harvard, you go to Yale, you got trust funds, you got stocks and bonds, you got property, you got a big bank account, but you can't give us nothing. You can't do anything for us. At this time, at this point in time, we don't want that. We just want what the Most High want for you, and that's utter destruction. That's destruction. We want utter destruction. Okay? We don't want no more of, I got a treaty. I got a peace treaty with you, and you're going to be okay because I'm going to give it to you. How long has he said I'm going to give it to you? You know, that's just like a dope fiend. That's just like a Dauphin. He says, wait right here. Like a Dauphin tell you, wait right here. You think he's gonna be back? Tell me one time. I've been in the hood for a long. One time where a brother came back when he told you, wait right here. How many times? None. So that's what we got to understand with the Ku Klux Klan. See, they put the last word in that Klan. That's the last word they put in there. They added that, but the Ku Klux is a German word. They started in Tennessee. You understand? They were Confederate soldiers. Some of them were Confederate soldiers. And they appointed one of the generals of the Confederate Army to be their head. They said, he's the leader. Do you know that the devil said, I never even knew I was the leader of the Klan. He didn't even know that he was the leader of the Klan. You know? It's a terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing when you got to unalive somebody and then you're winning. It's a terrible thing when you don't even feel comfortable that you're winning. He won everything. What do we win in this whole thing? What do we win? Nothing that I know of. All right. We had John 8:44, right? All right. Read it again.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
You are of your father, the devil, and you're going to do the devil's lust. You're going to do his desire. You're going to do what he does. He has a tendency to lie to you. He has a tendency to be a pedophile. He has a tendency to be a murderer. He has a tendency to be a rapist. He has a tendency to be a liar. Continue.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Oh, from the beginning. And see, and that shows you he was a murderer from the beginning. Who was in the beginning? It was Cain. Cain was. And from his beginning was murder. Read.
And abide not in the truth.
And abode not in the truth. All right. Did anybody get the meaning of perpetual? The meaning, what does perpetual mean? The scripture said, thou shalt have a perpetual hatred. Yeah, Merriam-Webster's.
The definition of perpetual in the Merriam-Webster dictionary: continuing forever, everlasting.
Everlasting. They had a rap record. I'm thinking in my mind, you got a mouth almighty, voice everlasting. Everlasting. So he had an everlasting hatred, a perpetual hatred, an everlasting hatred for you. Because we're on the brink of World War III, but he's still mad at you. He get his own shot, and he still want to shut your schools down. You know what I'm saying? A perpetual hatred is continuous. It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. So when you say there's no racism in America, you're only lying to yourself.
Right.
Because we already know what the truth is in here. We already know what it is, don't we? Come. Continue reading. Oh, you got that?
Because there's no truth in him.
There's no truth inside of this oppressor. He got an ounce of truth inside of him. What did Clinton say when that lady gave him oral sex and underneath the underneath the desk? Hillary Clinton? No, it wasn't Hillary Clinton. It was what was her name again? Monica Lewinsky. Right. Monica. What did he say? I had not had sex with that woman. Yeah, but you got to blow. What's the idea behind getting the blow? Or do I got to spell it out to you? All right. The truth does not abode in him. What happened with the treaties, the peace treaties he had with the nation? with the so-called native Indian nations, the Cherokees, the Navajos, the main tribes, the Cherokees, the Navajos, not the Choctaws, and though the Sioux, he broke it. He never kept it.
Right.
Why do you think? Who was it? His name Gowakale, but his real name was Geronimo. I mean, his name that you remember him as is Geronimo. Geronimo knew not to ever give up or surrender. There was some tribe that said, "Forget that, forget y'all lying." What? I better check. I already checked my fly. You lying? I'm not gonna have no peace with you. Get the tomahawk. We finna go to war. Get the goddamn bows and arrows. We finna shoot these bastards.
Right.
Then they had that movie. They just had it. Oh yeah, that was Houdini, huh? Yeah, Shalat, you remember that was, and Houdini's from my neighborhood. I should have remembered that one, Shalat, Shalaki. That's right. Mouth Almighty voice ever. You got a big mouth. That's that record. You got that rap record. It's the old rap music. You got a big mouth. All right. So Geronimo and all of them never gave up. They never gave up. They kept fighting. They kept fighting. They had to come and get him. Yeah. You come and get me. Come and get me. You know what I mean? Because they knew that he abode not in the truth. He didn't abode in the truth. Continue.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
The YT man speaketh with a forked tongue. That's in a lot of movies, right? That's what our native Indian brother said. That's what the tribe of Gad said. He speaks with a forked tongue, which means he say one thing, but he mean the other thing. Go ahead.
For he is a liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
No, he told the truth. What?
A liar.
You can trust him.
A liar.
Continue.
And the father of it.
He's a liar, and he's the father of lies. So that's heavy right there in itself. Go ahead.
So when we bring out Psalm 55 and 21.
There it is. That's the one. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
The words of his mouth were smooth as butter. Smooth. I didn't mess with that woman. We didn't have sex. But there was contact of the pleasurable kind. But his words were smooth as butter. We're just going in there to keep the peace. We have to stop these communist people. They're going to destroy the world.
Right.
His words are smooth as butter. But what?
But war was in his heart.
War was in his heart. His heart was war. So how you got to think? You got to think war. That's how you got to think to combat your oppressor, man. He needs to be checked. He needs to be removed out of the way. He needs to be set aside. He needs to be put in chains. He needs to be a slave. He needs to be unalive. But the only way that's going to happen is when the Most High says so. When the Most High says that's done, that's supposed to be done, then we going to get our orders from General YAHANNA.
Okay.
And it's going to be time. It ain't going to be time for you to show how many Glocks you got. It ain't going to be time for you to shoot the brothers. You got an enemy that's been your enemy forever. Yet you unaliving another Hebrew Israelite. Where you think you're going to be? You're going to be burning up with the rest of them in thermonuclear destruction. Thermonuclear destruction is that's what that type of behavior and activity brings when you shooting your own brother. You unaliving your own brother. You breaking them law, statutes, and commandments. And you, matter of fact, you siding with him. You on his side. You might as well join the clan. You might as well join the clan. We don't need you. Damn sure don't need you. But when that fire comes, you're going to be like that bacon that y'all eat. Crispy. All right. So if y'all got any questions in the chat, let me know what's going on. We'll get it. I'll answer your questions. I'll see if we can answer your questions. You got any more on that?
I got like one more verse on John chapter 8, verse 44.
Go ahead, read it.
And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
That's what Christ said. Because this our king talking. That was our king talking when he said, you were a murderer from the beginning. That was Christ. That was Yahawashi said that. Shadow Officer Shadow Rock didn't say that. Yahawashi, my king, said that. And because my king said, because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. You know how many of our black Christians, you know, why I say black Christians, our Christian brothers who happen to be black, you know how many of them don't believe that they the children of Israel? You know how many of them don't believe that Christmas is evil? You know how many of them don't believe that they shouldn't keep their birthdays? You know how many of them think that they need to bring home that chocolate and flowers on Valentine's Day, on Mother's Day, on Father's Day, they should get presents? You know how many of them believe that crap? Did they go do the research? Because that was so funny with this past argument I had. They said, you a Hebrew Israelite and you lost the battle. We saw y'all on TV. And then when I said, send me the video, they sent me the video. It was about 1,000 purple cats walking down the street. 1,000 purple people. I said, you better go with them purple people eaters, because I don't wear purple. You better go with them, because that's not us. I said, did you not look at our video? Show me. It shows me you didn't do your research, because the beginning of our video, what does it say?
We are not affiliated with any other.
Give that man a hand. Give that man a hand. Say it again.
We are not affiliated with any other organization.
Any other Hebrew Israelite organization, specifically for situations like the knucklehead told me this past week. That's why I said, that's why we don't affiliate with them. I said, that showed me how much research you do. You think I'm with them. You think, it said, I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you were smarter enough to study. I thought you were smart enough to study and do your research on the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under the command of General YAHANNA. Did you research that? Hell no. Hell no. Because you would have never showed me a video of them purple cats walking down the street trying to act like they rough and tough. You know what I mean? So the scriptures, that's why the scriptures always say, study to show thyself approved. Don't just sit up in here and take it from me. Don't even take it from General YAHANNA. Study what he told you so that you know the truth, so that you can say, yeah, I read that book. And it does say that in here. Wait, this is the Bible? It said it in here because he's gave the precept. He said in this book, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands by Rudolph Windsor. It says in there the birth of Islam was Muhammad, and that he copycatted the Israelites. And he used Ramadan, right, as many days of fasting. Well, we only use one, because the Bible says the Day of Atonement. Singular, not plural. But Islam does it plural. They go overboard with it. Because Muhammad wanted to be like us, but we rejected him because he doesn't come, his ideas don't come out of this. You understand? We stick to the word of God. Study to show thyself approved. That's how you're going to make it in here anyway, in this school. It takes a certain type of individual to be in this school. You understand? a certain type of woman to be in this school, to read, to understand that you're supposed to shut up when your husband tell you to shut the hell up. You're supposed to be in complete submission. Complete. Not what you think. Because the order is Christ. The order is man. The order, then comes you, woman. Then comes the children. That's order. And if you do anything else, you out of order. You are out of the spirit. You understand? You had a question?
Oh, I thought Elijah Muhammad was a white man.
Right.
He was like grandfather white or something.
It was Muhammad, but the first one that started it was the what's their names again? No, not after Muhammad. It was
Muslim religion.
Right, the Muslim religion. When the religion came, you know, when the religion was getting off into the current times, the white folks took it over. That's why when the movie Malcolm X, what he said, I learned from people that had whiter skin than me, that were white from me. I found out they had it. I drank from this river. I did this. I did that. Yeah, you joined it just like the Christian church. So Christian church, Islam, go figure. That's of the devil. That's of the devil. That's that lie. That's that lie. You understand? The shrine, I think it's the Shriners. They were the Shriners or something like that. The name is called the Shriners in Islam. But Farouk, was it Farouk? Yeah, it was Farouk. It was Farouk because it took New York over by a storm. You know, my homeboys, my whole school turned into 5%ers, except me. My whole school, they still like, oh, you a savage. They kept calling me a savage. I said, yeah, I'm glad I am a damn savage. I'm gonna be a savage every day, today, tomorrow, the next day. And then what was so vicious about that, you had to fight to get out of it, and they would jump you just to get out for being a 5%er. They call it fail victim. You fail victim? Yeah, fail victim. Well, we got to do physical God. They call the black man God. Calling the black man the Most High. That was the very first reason why I didn't want to join it. That's the very first reason, because I know I'm not God. You understand? I know that. Okay? And that's why they fell out. Yeah, it was like Farouk was his name, with one of his names. It was Farouk, and he was a white man. You understand? Islam. And we're not Arabic people anyway. What do we got the business for? Okay? We are not Arabic people. I'm not no Arab. The Arabs over there bombing Gaza. I mean, over there defending themselves from Gaza, right? They over there with all that oil. They in Dubai with all that money. All right? We Hebrew Israelites. The Lord made Ishmael, 12 princes. He said, you'll be 12 princes because he was Abraham's son. But he said, but your hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against you. And that's what it is. Because that's all. Arabs ain't never going to have no peace. They're not having no peace. Their hand is against everybody. Because that's what the scriptures say. And then everybody's hand is against him. It said, you will be a wild man. He's a wild man. You know? That's what it says there. Okay? And the only reason why he got to be the princess and you got Dubai was because his mother Hagar was Abraham's rib. But Sarah, the one that God chose, said, Sarah said, get her out of here. Get her and her son, Ishmael, out of here. And they were in the wilderness. And the angel came up to her when she was in the wilderness, because she was an African, actually. Hagar was an African. And he told her that you will have 12 princes. 12 princes. That's why they're so rich over there. That's why they got the oil over there. The Lord said they would have that. But as far as the covenant is concerned, the real kingdom of the Most High God, that goes to Isaac. Right, that was Isaac. That goes to Isaac. Isaac said, I chose you, and Sarah was Isaac's mama. And that's why our women have a say-so as well. That's why sometimes we need, at times, good, we should listen to our women. But our women's supposed to listen to us first and foremost. Give me the goddamn last word, or else we ain't gonna have nothing. There'll be nothing. I don't get the last word, nothing. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm thinking about it right now. All right. I'll get back to you with that one. Or I'll make that decision right then and there. But that's up to me. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So the Most High told Abraham, listen to Sarah. Right now, in this matter, he didn't say listen to Sarah all the damn time. He said listen to Sarah this time, because Sarah was correct. So she said kick Hagar out, because Hagar and Ishmael was making fun of Sarah and Isaac. Did y'all know that? It said it in scripture. They were making fun of Sarah and Isaac. Okay, so he said, oh, kick them out, kick her out. Get her up out of here. All right. And the Most High said, I choose you, because we serve a living God. You don't serve a God of what you think he is or what you think he's supposed to be doing. The Most High thinks for himself. All right. To say it very lightly, he thinks for himself. He chooses who he chooses. He will have mercy upon who he will have mercy on. You know what I mean? It's important that we look at that as well. I mean, acknowledge and understand that, man. You don't know God's mind. To know the Most High is to follow his commandments. And that's the best you could do. As far as knowing what he's going to think next, I don't think so. Because you don't know when Christ is coming back. If that's the case, you know when Christ coming back November 11th, 2025. Okay, get ready. If that's the case. Because you know God, right? Not, I don't think so. No. We serve a living God. All right, let's get back to it. Our oppressor, man. Let's get to and by the way, any more on that? Okay, then let me get Ezekiel let me get Psalms 139, chapter 139 and verse 19. Psalms 139 and verse 19. You know, they sit and got it all made. We got it all made and planned out of what we should do. No, our oppressor always thinks that they know best for us. How are you going to know what's best for an entire nation of people? How? You know? And you're right about that. That when they pull them food stamps and they pull all of this, the government's already shut down. When they start pulling this, it deeper and deeper. The Most High said, when you hear wars, and Christ said, when you hear wars and rumors of wars, fear not. Don't worry, don't trouble yourself, because this is the beginning of sorrow. This is the beginning of what's really going to go down, man. So you got to be prepared, really be prepared yourself. Gird your loins up, get in that gym, buy you some stuff that will sustain you if the lights go out, if the food or water goes off, if the food ain't there in the grocery stores. It's coming. It is coming, man. Treat it as if it just is happening today. It's happening right now. Treat it like that. And I know it's hard for everybody, but we have to make sure that we do. Okay. You know, but don't outdo it, but do it. Do it. Get ready. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 139, verse 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked. O Yahweh, depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Verse 20. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Verse 21. Do not I hate them? O Lord.
Do not I what?
Hate them?
This is David telling the Most High. Don't I hate them? Don't I hate them? See, that's written in Old English. It says, do not I hate them. But he's saying, don't I hate them? Continue.
that hate thee.
That hate thee. Christ said, don't I hate them that hate thee? That Christian church says there's love in the Bible only. No, there's this hate in that Bible.
Right.
There's that word hate in that Bible. King David, which this is his symbol. King David said, don't I hate them that hate thee? Hate is in that Bible. If it's not, somebody's pissing on your toes. Continue.
And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee?
That's right. And I'm mad at those that rise up against you, Christian church people. Meaning the Christian church are the ones that rise up against God. The Islam rise up against God. They sell drugs in the mosque. They sell drugs in the mosque. It was noted in a special they had on crime on cable about Mosque 39 or something in Philadelphia. Selling drugs out there. And now that I think about it, I used to buy my weed right there at the damn what's it called? I used to buy my weed and my cocaine and my damn acid. I hate acid. I don't know why. I was just trying that shit out. That's terrible. That's what our oppressor likes. They like that acid. They love to go out on those trips and shit. But I got it from an Arabic store. They were Arabic in the candy store. I remember that Ali. Yeah, Ali. Let me get a 20. Ali. Let me get a 50. Ali. Let me get some of that Mickey Mouse there. That Mickey Mouse, the little paper acid. You put it on your tongue, man, and the sun is going to come down and say hello to you. I know. Terrible stuff. Continue.
Verse 22. I hate them with a perfect hatred.
I do what?
I hate them with a perfect hatred.
I hate them with a perfect hatred. I hate those bloody men with a perfect hatred. See, there's righteousness in that perfect hatred. That's why you have to study, because you'll sit up and be offended. I can see big Mama Shirley with the big church hat on. Oh, it said hatred. It said perfect hatred. We can't do that. In the blood of Jesus, we got to stop the hatred. Man, there's something you love and there's something you hate. All right, that's just human nature. And for what I see, it's the Most High's nature as well. Because does the Most High hate sin? Of course he hates sin. He don't hate just the sin, he hates the sinner. Right? But the Christian church will tell you to hate the sin, don't hate the sinner. Well, for over 400 years, we've been slaves. Our oppressor has been sinning ever since. You know, he been doing wrong ever since. All right, continue.
I count them my enemies.
I count them my friends.
Enemies.
I count them. They can come in and say hello and drink a beer with me.
Enemies.
They are enemies. They are your enemies. You are in a spiritual war right now. All right, that can go physical at any time and point. So you better have something to defend yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? You better have something to defend yourself, because when they break snap down, who mostly gets GR in America? Who mostly gets general relief, or what we call it in New York, welfare? Go ahead, Ramon.
I would say white folks, but I know what you're saying as far as like
No,
poverty sense.
stay with that one. You was right.
Yeah,
The beginning of it, you were right. Because most white people have GR and welfare.
Right.
They dominate that. But they don't want to tell you that. They want you to think that it's blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
That was all for them.
That was what?
That was on this, like as far as Section 8, the welfare was all for the Edomites.
Absolutely. Get that brother a hand. That's what you don't know. That's why you have to look at the facts and speak with facts instead of what you think. Because the Bible tells you also, it's the most brilliant book. This is the most intelligent book going. I haven't seen nothing that's better than this. Nothing. The Bible tells you to lean not to your own understanding. Too many of you Christians do that. It's what I think. It's what, I don't think God will do that. God won't do that. No, it's for everybody. God loves everybody. We have to be thankful that we got welfare. We got to be thankful we got Section 8 and just keep it like that. I like things the way it is. That's what it's really telling you. That's what America, and that's what slaves are really telling you. I like it just the way it is. And that's what your oppressor, his wickedness, tells you. That's why they want to keep the Democratic Party. You know what I mean? That's why they want to keep the Republicans and the Democrats. They want to keep those political parties to keep you a slave. They don't ever want you to figure out that you're supposed to be together, that you're supposed to have your own food, your own land, your own house, your own laws, your own defense system to protect you. We could police ourselves better than the police you got now. Like our General YAHANNA say, get an I.S.U.P.K the job. I'll be the police officer for the ghetto. Damn right. And my profession is not too far from that anyway. When I was in the profession. And I did a damn good job before I left. Oh, Trooper Batak, Shalom. How about Shema Shabarakatah? Welcome, brother. Understand. So we have to incorporate those things without his help. We don't need his help because he's a damn liar, man. We don't need his help because he's first a murderer. He a murderer first. I mean, he always uses the sword. What's a modern day sword? Anybody know what a modern day sword is?
That thing that they unlock Charlie Kirk with.
What these?
Gun, rifle.
Right. A pistol, a gun, a rifle, a missile, a grenade. Those are swords. All right. Scud missiles. They got the new missiles now. What do they call it? Heat sinking missiles. There's new missiles out every day. They got new stuff they using. Tanks, mortar fire, shoot. AR-15, Glock, AK-47s. Think about it. Walter P-30s, HKs, six swords, all right, Brownings, everything. Those are swords. Swords was in his heart. He spoke with words smooth as butter, but war was in his heart. And when he spoke, did we read that part? When he spoke, it was drawn swords. Get that scripture.
The word of his mouth is like Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Soft as hell. Yeah, it's going to be okay. I'm just here to do this. Go bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Go start a war in Vietnam. Go do the Korean War. Get the Revolutionary War. Let's have the Balfour Declaration for these so-called fake Jews. Let's unalive them. Let's bomb the Gaza Strip. Smoother than oil. But I'm a nice guy. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm your next door neighbor. I'm the community leader. I'm the park ranger. Go bomb them. What happened during that time? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, sir, and like far as the black community, right? Listening to that was like like what that scripture says right there, smoother than butter, because I think that's how they took it, because they were siding with Trump and white America, and he was talking about getting rid of the Hispanic, the Latinos, talking about it to create, more opportunity and jobs and get rid of criminals out of the United States. For him to turn around and try to do the same thing to black folks, now they see that, white America was still, hate black people too. You know what I mean? And they was gonna come against them at the same time. So I feel like that was like, you kind of compare that to that. There's like how black folks is siding with, Trump on that, thinking everything is gonna be better without the Hispanics in America.
If we want crime out of our neighborhood,
Right.
that's what they masqueraded it by. That smooth butt. Have a nice community. You have a better community without Hispanics. Yeah, but your butt won't have no food.
Right.
You won't have no salads no more. You won't have nobody helping you when you at Home Depot. You trying to get all that drywall home. And you're trying to put that drywall up. You got an emergency job that got to be done. You ain't gonna have him to come up there and do it for you real quick and do a good job. Ain't gonna be no more avocados. Ain't gonna be no more of that stuff, because the crops are all gonna be jacked up. They're all gonna die because they're gone. Because you said you want your community better, but it hasn't even been a proven fact that they did that crime. Ain't even a fact. So his words are smooth. It sound good. No, that's how we say it, right? That's how we say it in the hood. Sound good. That sound good. But is it really? Is it really? So he got drawn swords against you. Let me get First Maccabees chapter 1. First Maccabees chapter 1. Yeah.
The book of First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim.
Okay, so he was a Macedonian out of the land of Chittim. Chittim, you know what Chittim is? Chittim is Rome. Macedonian, Alexander. Right. When you was in high school, who was Alexander? Alexander the Great. In school, they taught you about him. He was like Genghis Khan. He almost took over the whole world. But we're going to read it right here in the Bible because he's in there. History is in the Bible. Read.
And smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Who are the Persians? Modern day who? He's smitten the Persians.
Ishmael.
Ishmael is Arabs. Who else?
White people.
No, the East Indian. They're not East Indian, they're Mediterranean. Middle East. When you think of Persia, is modern day Iran.
Right.
Iranians. Those are Persians. So he's smitten the Persians. This is a white man. He smit the Persians, killing the Persians. Continue. Unaliving the Persians.
And Medes. Medes.
Oh, the Medes.
Oh, Medes.
Yeah, the Medes. I think the Medes actually were the Iran and Iraq. Okay, I know for sure the Persians are Iran. Okay, so the Medes, the Persians and the Medes, they're right next to each other. So that most likely were the Iraqi people. I'll get back to you on that. I need to clear that up. Go ahead.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
He reigned over Greece, and Greece is, of course, our oppressor, right? The Greeks. In other words, the Greeks were also called the Idumeans. The Idumeans were the Greeks. So that's to give you some understanding of who they were. Continue.
Verse 2. And made many wars and won many strongholds.
Mm-hmm.
and slew the kings of the earth.
He slew and killed the kings. He unalived the kings of the earth. He tore down a lot of strongholds. Alexander was a bad boy, but he was our oppressor, the so-called white man. Continue.
Okay. And went, verse 3, and went through the ends, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations.
He stole everything from everybody. Go ahead.
And so much that the earth was quiet before him.
So much the whole entire earth was quiet before Alexander. That's why the history books say that. Alexander the Great. There's nothing great about him, except for the fact that he killed he destroyed all the earth. Go ahead.
So to be clear, this is Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Alexander, son of Philip.
Yep. Come. The Macedonian, the Roman.
Right.
Go ahead.
Whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up.
That's his mind. His mind was lifted up. He was exalted. Continue.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
That's right. So the host was the armies. He made an army, right? And they with the kings became tributaries under him. They followed his orders. They obeyed him. He's a conqueror. Continue.
Verse 5. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Okay. Continue.
Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils were multiplied in the earth.
Come.
There it is. Evil was multiplied in the earth. Now that was back then. Imagine how evil it is now. Imagine how evil it is now. Barack Obama okayed the LGBTQ, didn't he?
Okay.
Then you got the Zionist nations in the 1940s go into Israel, go into Jerusalem and claim it for their own, and then they separate and then they become enemies. And they unalive each other. Continue.
Come. And there came out them a wicked root, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king.
It's a hostage to Rome, wasn't it? Continue.
Who had been a hostage at Rome.
Right.
And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Look at that. Look at that. A hostage to Rome became a ruler, but a descendant of a hostage of Rome. Antiochus, right? You know, Antiochus was a wicked, just as wicked, probably worse than Alexander. Go ahead.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men and persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
So they wanted to make a covenant with the heathen that were around them. The unclean people that were around them, they wanted to make a contract with them. They wanted to make a contract with them. Continue.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So this is that's the Israelites were saying that. Those are Israelites. Let's make the Israelites said, let's make an agreement with the heathen around us. Because since we left Egypt, we was in hell. See? And that's where we always been. We always try to pick up everybody else's customs, religions, holidays, eating habits. Okay? That's what we always try to do. Instead of taking on our own that the Lord gave us, we took on them. made contracts with them. That's why we went into captivity.
Right.
That's why we've been in captivity ever since Egypt. Ever since Egypt. If you look, we've been in captivity in Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, Rome, Greece, Egypt, America. Captivity, you a slave.
All right.
Continue.
Okay. Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
So the king let them just go buck wild with all of their religions, their philosophies, their ways of life, their wickedness. So they can do anything. You understand? And that's how it is in America.
Right.
You do it in any damn thing. Oh, he was right. Don't judge me. That's their favorite word. Don't judge me. You're putting me to judgment. Don't you know that we're going to be judging the angels, knucklehead? We're going to be judging the angels. So what makes you think I can't judge you? And I'm supposed to judge you according to God's laws, statutes, and commandments only. That's what I'm supposed to judge you on. That's what I can judge you on because I follow them. Continue.
Okay. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
So they made everything, instead of Jerusalem, instead of the Most High, they made everything for their sake, for the king's sake. Continue.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief.
See? Sold to do mischief because they gave themselves to the heathens. So now you got all these, just like these actors you see today, and these basketball players and these football players, just like them. Got Shaq. What did Shaq do that was jacked up to the black community? I forgot, it missed me now. He did oh, go ahead.
With that pizza company.
Yes.
Pizza owner.
I was just about to say it.
Basically sold us out so we could come back. He bought half the company, and he tried to, being a black person, trying to influence us to go back to a place we wasn't dealing with anymore.
When he called us the N-word. The leader, the head of Papa John's called us the N-word. And Shaq gave them $1 million. He gave them money. Instead of giving us that money, we needed that money, didn't we? Our babies go without Pampers. Our women go without feminine items. Our men starve out there, man. We need clothes. We need every damn thing. But he gonna give Papa John, who called us the N-word, $1 million. And that's only one story out of most of them that do wickedness against us and support the heathen, support the oppressor who is a heathen, the son of Esau. He support them, but he won't support the sons and daughters of Jacob.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's right. Look what happened to OJ. Interracial marriage. Right? What happened to OJ? They followed him even after he got convicted, even after he was cleared. They followed him. Go ahead.
And they just came out with something with OJ that they already knew who the serial killer was, who killed Nicole.
They knew who killed Nicole?
They knew who killed. There was a serial killer that was already out, but they didn't bring him up until you're barely hearing about it now. If you look it up, they're barely bringing it up. So they knew the whole time OJ didn't kill her. So they wanted to try that brother anyway.
So they hated him. They hated a rich Israelite, a man who could run faster than them, who had more charisma than them, who the black community really liked. They couldn't stand it. He got under his arm one of their one of their cave women, a cave girl. All right, drinking out of a skull, drinking out of a skull. That's what they do. You know what I mean? So they convicted him of the murder of somebody else. Wow. And then they were saying that. Remember, they were saying, go back to look at the facial expressions when they said that he was innocent.
Like, even speaking on OJ again, like when they had his car impounded, and the detectives told nobody not to touch the impound yard themselves. The people that worked there said they seen in the vehicle, and they said the next time the detectives came back, they found there was blood in the vehicle after they seen it. Before they looked in the vehicle, there was nothing there. But when the detectives came, there all of a sudden there was blood that appeared in the vehicle. All of a
sudden, there was blood in the vehicle. Where the hell did that come from? Let me guess. Wow. See that? That's that perpetual hatred. That's that perpetual hatred. That's that wickedness. That's the lengths that they're going through to keep us in poverty, to keep us starved, to unalive us. See, because they were seeking OJ life, weren't they? They were seeking his life. They wanted his life. They were so angry at OJ. They took his trophies, right? They took all his trophies. They took everything. They did him like that. There's a thing y'all don't know about it, but it was a show used to come on about a Confederate soldier. It was called Branded. And they showed him, they were pulling off all of his medals, they were pulling all his stuff. They took the cake was that they took his sword. Because y'all know the Civil War, how the officers used to have the swords. The last thing they did was break his sword over his foot, and they threw him and said, Branded. It was called Branded. It was a song and shit. Salaki out of that. And they showed him walking out by himself when they just shunned him out of the army, threw him out of the army, branded him. And they made a big thing about it. It was a show. It was The Rifleman. Remember The Rifleman? Y'all remember The Rifleman? The guy that had the Winchester? Right. I know I'm old, but it was that same actor, the same guy that had the same Chuck Norris. No, not Chuck Norris. Chuck Connor. Right. Chuck Connor. It was Chuck Connor. Branded. They just showed him. That's what they did to OJ. They took all his stripes, all his trophies, everything he had, and threw him out of where he lived at in that place in Santa Monica. They threw him out of that area in Santa Monica. Okay, took everything from him, and he was innocent. They said, how do you know that you're branded when you know you're a man? That was the way it was, like the fugitive too. Remember the fugitive? He was innocent too. He said it was the one-armed man that killed him. Same thing. You innocent. Yet your oppressor hates you so much that he gonna put false evidence so that you could get indicted, so that you could just destroy your life. Yeah.
To touch back on that OJ thing. I remember when I was a kid, back in the 90s, when they did that to what's his name, that they beat Rodney King. They tried to make, when they let those officers off, they tried to say it was like 1 for 1. When in fact they brutalized that brother, but OJ didn't even touch him. Didn't even touch the girl. He had nothing to do with it. But they try to call it like, okay, we gave y'all one, we beat y'all, but then in the end we charged one of y'all people, we let him off. But in fact, he was innocent the whole time. Y'all really beat Rodney King down on camera. Right.
They broke 9 places in his skull. They cracked his skull 9 times. You understand? He got a hell of a beating. Man, that's when we went buck wild in LA, right? Okay. That's when LA went buck wild. I remember because my partner drove me through there. It was just nothing but smoke. We were on Florence and Normandy. Smoke all over the place. They burnt LA to the ground from some innocent type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some innocent, That's terrible, man. That's just from the pits of what they do. That's the epitome of our oppressor. That's his personality. Like the Most High God, his personality is mercy. to give mercy, because he coming to dump on you, and you ain't never gonna survive that. But he'll give you mercy if he see that you need that you deserve that mercy. But the opposite, let me indict him. Let me crack his skull in 9 places. Let me send him to prison for 30 years, knowing he innocent. Oh, and then we finally found out there's no DNA. His DNA wasn't even in there. Oh, we found out that he was at another location, but this happened in 1950. And we're in 2025. You know, that's the depth of how far he'll go, because he has a perpetual hatred against you. And it's being manifested more. It's being unraveled more. And everybody is seeing it. The world is looking into it now. Now that we got the internet, the entire world, you can't lie in front of the world. But they're going to tell you lying. They're going to hear it. They'll be like, oh, you can't fold it up no more. You can't put it under the rug no more. You can't push it up under the rug, sweep it under the rug no more. The truth is out. See, and it's gonna, the thing about it, which I like, look forward to, the truth is gonna be stronger and stronger and stronger and gain more momentum than evil. And once that happens, it's really going, boy, it's gonna be great for us. It's gonna be hell for them. It's gonna be hell for us in the beginning, but it's gonna be real hell for them. It's gonna be real hell, because Christ coming back to destroy these, tear all of these strongholds down. You can't hide evidence. You can't misuse the evidence no more. You can't persuade the crowd to go your way because you wear a soldier uniform. You can't get these people to do this because you're a Democrat or a senator or a House Speaker. No, we ain't listening to you no more. You're going to be up in the finest, richest hotels no more. You're going to come down to the ghetto, and we're going to see you face to face. And we're going to be like, is this the man that did all this? Is this that bastard that did all this, that killed my people, that caused the earth to tremble, to shake? Is this that one that sent them bombs? Look at him. He a punk. You know? You look, I don't know why I'm thinking about movies. You know, that was like in that movie, The Wood. He said, yeah, he a punk. He said, why you do it? Because he know he a punk. You know? He a punk. You know? What the hell was we? In other words, what was we scared of him for? It's nothing. You know? It reminded me of Jerry YAHANNA when he told that guy, you used to get beat up in school all the time. Right? That was his latest video. You used to get your butt whipped. And it flashed me back when I was younger when we used to do that. We did. You know, I wasn't an extra bully, but I saw them get their butt kicked. And sometimes I had to do it too. Only because of the situation. Not because I wanted to or made a regular thing to do it, because I never was like that. I was never known to be like that. I hated bullies. As a matter of fact, I fought the mugs. But they got their butts kicked back then. And some of them deserved it. Really. The ones that deserved it, that's the ones I gravitated to. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yes, sir, I was like the bully breaker. You know, so I used to, you know, get on them just because, you know, I used to see, I ain't like, you know what I'm saying, them picking on, you know,
right,
kids that couldn't, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's what we used to say. I took up for him. Right. So I fought you because you was trying to beat him up for no good reason. Yeah, I used to do that too. I did that too. I was more on that side than I was for just because he's small and feeble, I'm just going to smack him in the head. No. But Jenny YAHANNA said that he could tell that's how that dude was living. That's how he lived his early life. And when you looked at the dude, you like, yeah, he probably was one of them types. He was one of those types. You got beat up. You didn't come outside when you got home. You stayed in the house. Because you knew they was going to get you. You know what I mean? Hell, I was out every day. They had to come and find me and make me come home. And I'll get in trouble when I get home. Boy, it's 10 o'clock p.m. What the hell were you doing out there all night? I don't know, mama, playing football. You know, all that stuff. But yeah, he got racked when he was young. All right, we could drop that because that's a long one. Let's go to Psalms 83 and 1. No, better yet, let's go to Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 4. Zechariah 11 and 4. Let's go to that one. And let me time check here. Let me know when you get it.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 4.
I got it. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them.
Feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them. We the flock of that slaughter, because we always getting slaughtered. Continue.
And hold them not guilty.
Whose possessors slay them, and hold them not guilty, Rodney King. Possessors slay them, and hold them not guilty. Sandra Bland, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner. You know, continue.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord.
Blessed be the Lord, they that sell them, Christian church. Because the main religion, who know the main religion of the slave master? When our people was in plantations, it came off them ships. Christianity, Khan. And what denomination of the church was it? That's what I really wanted. What was the denomination? We knew they was Christian. Go ahead, Ramon. Nope.
Protestant.
Nope. Give you one more shot.
Baptist.
There you go. Give him a hand. The Southern Baptist Church. Those were the ones that were the slave masters. It said, blessed be the Lord. Let's kill them all. But blessed be the Lord, because I'm a good Christian. I go to church every Sunday. On Sunday, you see me up in church with my family. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the pastor. Wow. Read it from the top.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed them of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
And their own shepherds pity them not. Look at our black leaders. Their own shepherds, Farrakhan. Their own shepherds, T.D. Jakes. Their own shepherds, Creflo Dollar. Their own shepherds, okay? Pity them not.
It kind of reminds me of something I just seen on the internet when a sister was giving a donation to the pastor. And she gave him $1,200. And he told her, that's not what, he broke it down in front of the whole, he had a congregation of over 1,000 people. He told her, that's not what I told you to do. I told you to give 1,000 and plus 1,000. And embarrassed her, but I seen her come on again and say, oh, he wasn't embarrassed. But it was embarrassing to the whole nation. But what you said with the pity us not, he didn't have no shame putting her, he didn't have.
Putting on on Front Street, right?
Right.
He didn't have no shame. Yeah, putting up there on Front Street. I told you 1,200. I told you 2,000, and you gave 1,200. Well, isn't that money? Isn't that what you gonna say? Go ahead. I took that from you. What you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, a lot of black people be struggling, and you just took her money, her hard-earned money, and made it seem like it was nothing to you.
Well, quiet as kept. I don't got 1,200 right now. Right now, I don't have that. What, the Lord gonna just disband me out the kingdom because I don't got 1,200? No, the Most High came for the poor. Why do you think when they said, when you get your crop and you take it out and stuff falls on the side of your crop, leave it for the poor and for the needy? When you glean your crops, leave it for the poor and the needy. Whatever that excess is, let the poor have it. They need it way more than you. You see what I'm saying? That pastor did not go by that. He gleaned the crop, but he didn't leave nothing for nobody. Go ahead.
I was thinking like he had a whole line. I was thinking about all of our people that was in that line, all that money that they give to, you know, these Christian pastors just to lead us astray, you know.
Mm-hmm. And look at that, did right. Just to tell you some more lies, I gotta have a whole lot of money to tell you some more lies. That's what you saying. Give me some millions. Y'all didn't see that? Somebody should look up Creflo Dollar when they had did y'all see all those dollar bills they had on that mega church stairway? You remember that, Kapar? You remember that, right? Man, Kapar, he was dancing. Am I lying? He was doing the damn, what's he doing? The crip walk. he crip walk across the whole stage. The dollars just shuffling. Man, it's like he had an orgasm. He had an orgasm right there on stage with everybody's money. Creflo Dollar. I was like, man, look at this Negro right here. Look at him. The Lord said, the scriptures tell you, buy the truth, sell it not. It tells you to buy the truth. You understand? I bought the books. I got a book coming. I think it might be. I hope it's on my doorstep when I get back. I buy the books to learn the truth, to be able to tell you the truth so that you don't get deceived like Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes gonna do to you, like your oppressor gonna do to you. You understand? They're taking all our jobs. Yeah, right. Right. There's so many lies intertwined in this society, man. That's why if you're a lover of this society, you're an enemy to God.
Right.
The Most High, you're an enemy to him.
That's right.
Because he knows what's happening to Israel. Just like he knew when Pharaoh had Israel, he said, I heard the cries of Israel and they have reached heaven. I heard the cries of my people. Moses, go to the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. Tell that jerk to let my people go. Tell Trump to let my people go.
Right.
Get your hand out my pocket. You know what I mean? I got so many bills, I don't know which one is coming next. You understand? Let my people go. The poor, the Lord deals with the poor. Your oppressor don't give a damn about the poor. They got the tax cuts are always for the rich. Always for the rich. You can't go into Beverly Hills without getting gaffled up by the police officers. You can't even park over there without some type of somebody going to scrutinize you. Oh, what is he doing over here? Obviously, he don't have no money. Obviously, he don't belong here. You know? So you gotta be on your P's and Q's, because they're gonna definitely try to get some false evidence on you like they did Rodney King. I mean, like they did OJ. They're gonna sure try to disrupt you without cause and say that they follow the Lord. I follow the Lord. I'm in church on Sunday. And where the hell is Al Sharpton? Where is the one? He passed away though, but still, where are they? Where were they in our journey? All right, that's the one that was with Martin Luther King. I met him. Who's that guy? He was a pastor. He was also another pastor along with Martin Luther King. He was a pastor with Martin Luther King during that time. I forget his name, but anyway, where are those? Where are all of those leaders that are still alive now? They sure not on your side. They worried about this upcoming election. Yeah, like not Jim Brown, But Jim Brown did some messed up stuff too. It's like every time one of our good folks, our folks that got a name for themselves, that got popular, they always go left on us, man. They always go left on us. You know, I got his name on the top of my head, but I can't say it. I mean, I can't remember it right now. But that's that's what's going on with us. We need to really join ourselves together. We need to get our stuff together, man. Get our restaurants, get our hairstyles, get our hair things like the women got those boutiques and those beauty shops. Let the sisters take that back over. Let that Big Shirley's Chicken come back out. We need Big Shirley's Chicken. I can't wait, boy. I'm gonna put my first dollar on it. Put my last dollar on it. Let's go back to that. It's damn what Martin Luther King said. Every time we joining, we're doing everything that we did in the past that hurt us. As we read in the book of Maccabees, we were surrounded by the heathen and made covenants with the heathen. We made agreements and contracts with the heathen. Well, we were supposed to be building up the temple of God. We were supposed to be building God's temple. We were supposed to be making sure that nothing happens to the city of David. Nothing happens to Jerusalem. All right. So, I don't know what's going to happen in this near future, but it's coming. America is getting ready to fall. Our people are getting ready to be free from all of this corruption and these lies. All the things that they told us that they never came through with, like the 40 acres and the mule. That's the biggest joke going. All right. There it is. Right, Shalot. Damn. I know I should have looked at the screen. Jesse Jackson. Yeah, I met Jesse Jackson. I saw Jesse Jackson shook his hand at the VA hospital. Hang in there, brother. Yeah, right. Ain't seen him since. Yeah, he passed away. That's right, Shalon. See, that's why you should always watch these classes, and we should always look at the comment section, because it's important. Is he right on point? Exactly. Reverend Jesse Jackson. All right, that one right there. Black leader just took us and sold his soul for a jelly roll. That's what he did. Just like Shaq did. Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce sold their souls for a jelly roll. Where they at, man? We in help, but our shepherds pity us not. And understand, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General YAHANNA. I'm Priest Officer 1000, Shadow Rock, Thursday night scripture breakdown class. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.